Hello, everybody, and welcome to Mindful Flow. I'm Phyllis Smith, and I'm so glad that you're joining me today. So we're going to start with whenever we really, it's good for anything we do, whether we're eating or working or starting out, even just starting out your day. What is your intention? So my intention for this class today is about firepower. Our power center is located right here in our core. And you might have had those feelings like I've got a gut feeling. Your intention, your power lies here. When you have an instinct or anything that makes you think, oh, my gut tells me this. Well, that's not an accident. So we're going to be working on developing that core, bringing your attention to your core. And think about the core is the center of our physical body. So, our hips, we rest on our hips and then our upper body rests above it. And so it really pulls it all together. So that will be my intention today. Your intention is really what you need today. What do you need from this practice? And maybe you're not even sure what you need, but as you move in through the practice and we explore different postures, maybe we'll be doing some dynamic movement. We'll be holding postures. And so just it might be, what do you need from that particular moment? And also in a bigger scale, bigger picture, what do you need from the practice? What do you hope to gain at the end of the practice? So I'm so glad you're here. The first thing we're going to do is you're going to lay down today. Just lay down on your back, bend your knees, and your feet are flat. So that's just, you can even allow your knees to go in and rest on each other. And that's why we're kind of protecting our back. We're shifting our pelvis back so that our tail is nice and long. And just take a moment here, put one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. And just, relax your arms down. So it's really just relaxing, finding ease in this posture, and begin to find your breath. Just notice your breath as you're moving, breathing in and breathing out. Just begin to first take notice and knowing that your breath is your anchor. Your breath, you're really only one breath away from turning a reaction, a knee-jerk reaction, to a response. And so once we become aware of our breath, we can change our situation. We can at least change our response to a situation. And boy, we all need that at some point during this pandemic. So continue to notice your breath, feeling as you breathe in, your belly moving, expanding, and your chest expanding, and then drawing that navel in as you exhale. Just noticing your breath, the cool air as it moves in through your nose, the warm air as it flows out. Bringing yourself into this present moment, tuning out and tuning in to you. Now, when you get to the end of your exhale, now begin to just take a very slight pause. You're not holding your breath, but it's just a pause before you begin your inhale. So you'll inhale and exhale. I mean, we naturally have a pause at the top and bottom of our breath. But now I'm asking and inviting you to just notice that pause and just be a little bit more conscious of the pause at the bottom of your breath, at the end of your exhale. Feeling the breath as you move in, and with each exhalation, seeing if you can relax and let go of your worries, of anything that you feel has been holding you back or jacking you up. Just let go of it all. All right, so from here, you can lower your arms and separate both of your feet to the widest edge of your mat. Bring your arms out. You can have them out like a T, and just begin to take an inhale. And then as you exhale, we're going to do some windshield wipers here. Float both knees over to the left on your exhale. Pause with that pause in your breath. Inhale, knees up to center. Exhale, drop those knees over to the right. Drawing that navel in, allowing the pause, and then inhale up. So we're doing some dynamic movement with your breath here. Windshield wipers. And moving with the pace of your breath. Drawing that navel in as you exhale. Now bring your knees, let's all meet at the center. Bring your arms overhead. Now, if you have tight shoulders, your elbows might be bent. That's perfectly fine. And inhale here, and exhale and draw both knees in towards your chest. Through your exhale. Inhale, float your feet down. Exhale, draw those knees in. So again, dynamic movement with your breath. One more time here. Now this time, as you move your knees in, you're going to bring those arms overhead all the way down to the side of your hips. Arms up, feet float down. Exhale, arms and legs moving together, knees into your chest, palms down by your hips, and then lift those arms straight overhead to the back of your hands are back on the earth. So continue with this movement. Beginning to open our shoulders, open our hips, get the blood flowing. And then this time as your arms come, lift your chest and bring your chest towards your knees, drawing that navel in. Exhale, using those core muscles as opposed to your neck. So using your core as opposed to your neck to lift. Keeping that chin drawn. And one more here. Drawing that navel in. And this time, bring your arms down and lift your hips and come into a bridge pose. And let's do a few more dynamic movements into bridge pose. Exhale, lifting those hips, arms overhead, hands down by the hips on the floor. Inhale, arms straight up overhead, lowering those hips. Into a bridge. And arms. Now this time, we're going to alternate. So lift those arms, lift those knees, lift your chest, drawing that navel in. Inhale. Now come into a bridge pose. Exhale, lift those hips, squeeze your bottom, and lower down. Exhale, bring those knees and your chest to meet each other. And we now come into a bridge pose. And let's do one more rotation like that, one more round. Exhale, chest meets knees. And this time when we come into our bridge pose, hold the bridge. Now, bend those elbows, fingertips are facing up, draw those elbows in towards your chest, squeeze your buttocks, lift that chest, pressing those upper arms into the floor to see if you can create more of an opening in your heart space. You can drop those arms and bring your fists, your hands towards each other underneath your back and lace those fingers together, drawing those shoulder blades in. Squeeze your buttocks, squeeze. Don't forget to breathe. Take another inhale. Now unlace your hands and lower down one vertebrae at a time and bring those knees into your chest and go ahead and rock side to side. So how you feeling? You feeling a little more energized maybe? Okay, so we're going to continue on our back, and we're going to do something similar, but this time as you'll bring your arms overhead, and this time as you bring your knees into, we're going to keep our chest down. We're going to bring our knees into your chest, but straighten those legs, and then we lower down. So we inhale. Bring those knees into the chest. Exhale, straighten your legs. Your arms are up above you. The back of your hands are on the floor. And lower those knees, moving with our breath. So we inhale and raise those legs. Straighten those legs, bottom of the feet to the sky. We're actually inhaling, and then as we exhale, we bring the knees in and straighten the legs. Pressing those elbows into the earth, keeping those shoulders down. And one more time, and we're going to hold our legs straight up, feet, toes pointing back at you. And now we're going to begin to move our arms, alternating one leg at a time, dropping one leg at a time. So we'll take our right arm, we're going to lower our right leg and lift our right arm, almost like the leg it's a puppet, and your hand is the string operating the puppet, lifting that leg, arm back overhead. Alternate left leg, left arm. We inhale when we lift. And then we do the right. Exhale, dropping that right leg, right arm. Inhale, lift. Exhale, slow, strong legs. Keep those legs nice and strong. Hand and leg move together. Lifting. We're on the left leg now. Inhale, lift. Now this time we're going to open both of our legs into a wide angle and move our both arms in between. We close our legs on an inhale, bringing our arms overhead. Exhale, arms in between our legs. Inhale, legs together. Exhale, widen your leg and arms in between. Now the next time we're going to lift our chest just like we did before. As we lift our chest and reach in between our legs. Inhale, arms back overhead. Exhale, wide leg lifting. Exhale, legs together, arms overhead. And we lift. And we inhale. Now let's do, and we're going to alternate now. One leg at a time, and then the wide leg. Inhale, exhale, drop that right leg, right arm. It's getting our brain to think. It's activating our brain. Exhale, left arm, left leg. Dropping. Inhale, lift. Exhale, wide leg, arms and torso lifting. Inhale, on legs together. One more round. Right leg, right arm down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Left arm, left leg. Inhale. And wide leg, exhale. Lift that torso. We're going to hold here. Let's count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Legs together, arms overhead. Lower those, bend those knees, lower those feet. Lift in your hips into a bridge and just breathe here for a moment. Take one more breath. And lower down one vertebrae at a time. Bring those knees into your chest. Rocking side to side. Okay, we have one more thing we're going to do here. So once again, let's bring our arms back overhead like we had them. Bring our knees into our chest and straighten those legs. And now we're going to lift our torso and take our right hand and touch the left foot. Now, if we can't reach the foot, we might touch the shin or the knee, whatever. But now whatever is good for you. And now we're going to be working our side oblique muscles. So inhale and exhale, lift, touch right to left and down. Lift left to right foot. So as we exhale, we're lifting. Inhale down. Exhale, lifting. Inhale down. One more round. And lift right to left foot. And left hand to right foot. And go ahead and lower down. All right, beautiful. Go ahead and roll over to your side and come on up, push yourself up, and let's come to sitting. Now, before we continue, check in. It's always important whenever you're practicing yoga to check in. Just maybe close your eyes for just a couple of breaths and just notice how your body is feeling. Just notice if you're feeling any tension. Maybe you let go of some tension. Just notice, no judgment. All right, beautiful. All right, let's put our feet, so we're going to touch the bottoms of our feet like this. Bottoms of the feet into Baddha Konasana, cobbler's pose, butterfly, whatever feels good for you today. And we're just going to sit here for a moment and just allow our knees to drop. You can hold on to the outside of your shins, around your ankle, and even getting a little bit of a stretch when you hold on. Maybe even if you want, you can draw those feet in a little bit more and hold on to the bottom of your feet, getting a little bit of a stretch in your shoulders and your upper back. If you don't find ease there, feel free to bring your feet out a little bit further, create more of a diamond. Now inhale, and we're going to forward fold, keeping our back straight so our chest is lifted, our chin is drawn in. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold, drawing that navel in. Finding the power in you. That firepower. That power that you have to energize and calm in whatever you need in the moment. Now go ahead and let's just hold this forward fold, and just creates a bit of more of an opening in our hips, in our groin muscles. And just take a moment here. Now you might be up here, you might be lower down, wherever you are, but be careful. We don't want to round our back. Now, if we feel any pain in our lower back, we want to make sure our back is lifted. So our back is straight. So we don't want to cause pain. We don't want to cause suffering. There's enough of that going on. We just want to feel ease in the pose. Drawing that navel in. All right, beautiful. Go ahead and straighten your legs into Dandasana or staff pose. Just take a moment here. You can press your hands into the earth. Draw those shoulders down. Your chin is drawn in. Your chest is lifted. Just feel here for a moment. Strengthen those legs. Squeeze those legs. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale and relax. Inhale, squeeze. Squeeze muscle to bone. Exhale and relax. Let's do a forward fold here too. So we're going to lengthen our hamstrings. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Keeping that back straight. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Drawing that chin in. Inhale, lift. And exhale, forward fold. Very good. Now you can have a blanket under your knees. Your knees do not have to be straight. So we're not looking for, it's not about the end of the pose. It's about what works for you. Yoga meets you. You don't meet yoga. So whatever you can do to find ease here, and at the same time, feel the benefit of the posture. Feel that lengthening in your hamstrings. One more breath here. See if you can melt a little bit deeper into that stretch with each exhalation. All right. Now lift. Now go ahead and bend up your right knee. And you can have your foot to the inside of your straight leg. Or you can cross your foot over. But I recommend that we all start with our foot next to our leg. And then as we're going to be twisting, and as we move into the twist, you'll see, what do I need here? Is this fine, or do I need a little bit more in my hips? Do I want a little bit more of a twist? Do I want create a little more resistance? This is where you start tuning in to yourself and to your body and to your mind and what you need. So we'll take your right hand and put it behind you, and your fingers will be pointing out. So the first thing is, in a twist, we want to lift. So we inhale, lift, we press into the earth to help, almost like a kickstand, lifting. And then we exhale and we twist. We can use our hand to wrap it around our knee. Exhale, come and face neutral, face forward. Inhale and turn into your twist. Actually, we exhale on the twist. Inhale, facing forward. Exhale, hold our twist now. And again, I use that not literally holding, because we're never just holding and stiff. We are always breathing. We are always moving. We're not sticks, we're humans. So as we twist, so when you inhale, so in your twist, you'll press down, lift that spine, separate those vertebrae before you actually turn into a twist. Now, at this point, you might want more. You might want to cross your ankle, your foot over your straight leg. You can wrap your arm, your elbow around that right knee, and you can pull in one direction, so you're bringing that knee in the opposite direction of your twist. Even now giving yourself a little bit of a stretch and a little more of an opening perhaps in your IT band along the outside of your hips. Breathing. And if you want even to go a little deeper, you can bring that elbow to the outside of your knee and moving even deeper into that twist. Now be careful you're not laying down. You want to be sitting up nice and tall. Make sure that hand is close to you to help you lift straight up. All right. Unwind. Go ahead and straighten out that leg. Shake it out. You can rock your feet, legs side to side, or whatever you need. Maybe you need a little movement. Maybe you need to lift your shoulders. Okay. Now we're going to take your left knee. Bend up that left knee, and let's all start here. Foot against the inside of your right thigh. Take your right arm and turn that hand out, and make sure again that heel of that hand is nice and close to your body so that it keeps us nice and straight. So we'll inhale, lift up straight, separate those vertebrae, exhale, and turn into the twist. Turn left, looking over your left shoulder. Inhale, straight forward. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Now let's hold in parentheses our twist. But now we're still moving. We're inhaling and lifting and exhaling and moving deeper into that twist if we find ease there. You have the power to decide and choose what is good for you. What feels right to you? Listen to your gut. You can cross your foot, your foot over, your left foot over your straight leg. You can grab the outside of the foot and notice here. Do you feel any tension that on one side that you didn't feel on the other? Just notice, no judgment, just notice and become aware of what's going on with you and your body. Awareness is the key to change. It is the key to empowering us to choose the right path. Again, you might want to bring your arm out. You can bend it. You can even straighten it. Just play, explore. Lifting, breathing. Where's your breath? We're giving our inner organs a really nice massage, but we don't want to forget to breathe. All right. Unwind. Gee, I felt kind of a tingling in my arm and my hand here. How do you feel? Anything different? All right, now we're coming on to all fours. Arms directly under your shoulders. We have a neutral spine. So neutral spine means we want to draw that navel in. So when we collapse, we're letting go of our navel. We're letting go of our core. So we want to engage that core. And we're going to make some big, giant hip circles right now. So shifting your hips over to the right and then circling back down towards your heels and then over to the left. Again, moving with your breath. As we move, we're exhaling, and we inhale as we come to center and exhale. And then let's switch to the other side. Exhale. Exhaling, when we exhale, we're releasing, we're letting go. So this is why we want to exhale as we're moving our hips so that we can release a little more in our hips. All right, let's move into some cat-cow right now. And my mat tends to move. All right, so now we're going to inhale. We're going to lift our tail and lift our chest. Inhale and cow. Exhale, draw that navel in, push the floor away from you, round your back. Inhale, draw those, almost bring those hands towards you like you're almost trying to pull the mat towards you. And then push the mat away from you as we round into cat. Inhale, draw in. Exhale, push the floor away from you. And at the same time, just stay in cat for a moment. Press your hands away from you, and that is going to engage your whole shoulder girdle so that you're just not relying on your arm or your shoulder muscles, but you're relying and utilizing all of those muscles between your shoulder blades. Inhale, exhale. So you're pushing the floor, the hands away from you, and then to the sides. Does that make sense? Exhale, push the floor straight and out to the sides as well. One more time. Flexing that spine. All right, lovely. Just sit back on your heels for a moment. Shake out your arms. Take a breath here. Check in. All right. Come back to all fours. We're going to do bird dog now. And this, if you struggle with your shoulders and leaning on one arm, you're going to do a modification here, but you know what you can do. So you're going to press your heel back, press your right leg back, and press that heel back. All right. Now, you can stay here and lift and hold. So let's all do that together. So lift that back leg, draw that navel in. So now we're using our core. We are also tight, squeezing our right cheek, squeezing our legs, making that leg nice and strong. And if you can find ease in this pose, you can put one hand out here, straight out in front of you, your opposite hand, so your left hand, and you can experiment here and lift that left arm, squeeze that left buttock, draw that navel in. It's very important. Or you can keep your fingertips down, or you can stay here. You're still using that core. You want to make sure that you're not collapsing. Now, bend your elbow, make a fist, draw that knee to elbow. Inhale, straighten. And if you're here, then just draw that knee in. If you're here, go ahead, elbow meets knee. One more time. And elbow meets knee. And go ahead and sit back on your heels. Shake it out. Just notice, how does that feel? All right, other side. This time, left leg. Again, neutral spine. Straighten that left leg behind you. Press that left heel back. Maybe you'll get a little bit of a stretch in your calf muscle. All right, arms are directly under your shoulders. Now, squeeze. Now, and here's important. Draw that navel in. Lift that back leg. You're squeezing your left cheek. You're squeezing muscle to bone on your left leg. You can stay right here, or you can bring your right hand out and use it as a kickstand and just explore lifting that arm. Or you can straighten and reach, right arm out, left arm behind. So you're reaching to opposite ends of the room. Careful to draw that navel in. Don't collapse. Draw that navel in. Take a big inhale and knee to elbow. Or if both hands are down, just draw that knee into your chest. Or elbow meets knee. One more time. And out, and go ahead and come back and rest down in child's pose. Go ahead and separate those knees, toes together behind you, and just drop those shoulders and take a moment here. All right, check in. All right. Okay, so come on back to all fours again. Now, you can be down here in a forearm, or you can come up if you feel that your wrists are getting a little bit tired now. And we're going to actually move your hands out. So your arms are either here or they're here. Press those hips forward, and we're coming into a knee plank. So we're either up here or we're down here on our forearms. Whatever feels good for you. Where do you find ease? And now press back to child's pose. So we're going to do some dynamic movement here. Inhale, come into a plank, a knee plank. Exhale, push back to child's. Inhale, come up to a knee plank. Exhale, push back to child's. Inhale, come up to a knee plank. This time we're going to lower down. Now you might be on your forearms here. Go ahead and lower down, and you might come up into a sphinx, or put your hands by your chest, elbows in, and lift your chest up into a cobra. And come back up, hips behind you, hips down on your heels, and come to child's pose. So let's do that all together. So hands are out, we're in our plank. We lower down, we push up, and come back to child. Let's do that one more time. Come into the plank, inhale. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra or sphinx, and push back to child. Come up to all fours again, tuck those toes under, lift those hips, press back into a downward dog. If your shoulders are tight, feel free to turn your fingers out at 11 and 1 o'clock. That's fine. Draw those shoulders towards your hips. Press out one heel at a time. Let your head rest, drop. You can shake your head yes, shake your head no. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to alternate from down dog into a high plank. Again, you can be up here into a dolphin, and you might have to move your feet back and shift your weight into a forearm plank, or you're back here, or you're up on your hands in a down dog, and we're shifting our weight forward and coming into a high plank. So we're going to move here again with our breath. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward dog. And one more time. And downward dog. And let's move into a full lower sun salute into a plank. Elbows in, come down, chaturanga on your belly. Push up, shoulders, elbows in, shoulders down. And come on down. Push up, toes under, and come into a down dog. Stay here for a breath. Check in. Raise up your right leg straight behind you, three-legged dog. Bring that knee to nose and draw that knee in towards your nose, and then lift back up into a three-legged dog. And then we bring that knee to the outside of our arm. Inhale, lift, and knee to nose, moving into a plank, and up, and drop that foot. One more side. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Arms are strong, shoulders are down towards your hips. Left leg to the outside wrist or outside elbow. Exhale, draw that knee to nose. Lift behind you, three-legged. Plant that foot down. Lift that right leg up one more time. Bring that knee to the nose. And this time, plant that foot in between your hands into a lunge. Now, if you have blocks or books, you can raise the floor and you can stay here. What we're looking for here is a nice straight back. So if you're rounding over here, you want to raise the floor. So you can be here, and just make sure that that knee is directly over your ankle. You want to be able to see your toes, 90 degrees. And we can lift up, press that back leg into the earth. Now, if you have knee problems, go ahead and put a blanket underneath your knee. Let's lift our arms on an inhale and hold here and breathe. As we exhale, see if we can get a little bit more of an opening all along our front body. One more breath. And now go ahead and turn. You're going to twist. You're going to twist here. So turn your body, breathing, and exhale and looking over your right shoulder. We're twisting here, getting a nice twist. Now unwind and straighten that front leg. Getting a nice stretch in your hamstrings again. I'm going to turn so you can see. So now you're going from here. Take both blocks or books, whatever you have, and if you're using them, and go ahead and place them on the inside of your foot. Walk the ball of your foot out about 45 degrees, maybe 45. So this is a lizard pose. So we can stay up here like sitting up and using the blocks to lift the floor up for us. Or we might want to, if we want to go a little deeper and opening up that hip, we might want to come down on our elbows or our forearms. But make sure, look down and make sure that you're not tilted. We want to make sure that our hips are square. And now we're going to go a little bit more, and we're going to do a twisted lunge or a twisted lizard. Sounds like the name of a restaurant or a drink or a cocktail or something, the twisted lizard. So turn that foot out to rest on the outside of your foot. So you should be looking at the bottom of your feet. And you can stay up here if you like and put your hand on that outside. And we're going to actually twist, put your hand on the top of your thigh, pushing the muscle away from you and turning the muscle out. So this is actually giving us a nice, more of an opening. It enables us to go a little bit deeper. You can go even deeper and rest your forearm on the block or on the floor, depending on where you are. Breathe here. Pushing that away, pushing your skin, your muscles away, the quad muscles away, and turning them, rotating them out. Breathing. And come on back up. And now we're going to move into a pigeon. So take that same foot in front and cross it, your ankle over, and make sure that knee and that hip are directly in line, and we come into a pigeon pose. You can use the blocks again to help you lift. You can put them both together side by side and use them if you want to lower down and create a little bit more of an intensity in your right hip. Pressing that back leg into the earth. Take a couple more breaths here. And go ahead, put your hands down, lift up, tuck the toes under for your back leg, lift yourself up and draw that foot, that right foot back. And breathe here. Bicycle out if you'd like. Now lift that left leg up again, three-legged dog. Bring that knee to nose and come into a lunge. Back this way. Come into a lunge. Again, you can use your blocks. We want our hips are square. You can stay down here, maybe putting your hands or putting your fingertips. We just want to make sure we've got a nice alignment from our head all the way down our spine. Make sure our knee is over our ankle, and you might need to make adjustments. So your hips are pressing forward. We're getting a nice opening in our quad muscles, the front of our thighs. And draw those hips back. Go ahead and straighten that leg. And now we're going to come into a lizard. So we walk that foot out away from us, point those toes 45-degree angle. You can still be using your blocks. Keep pressing that hip forward and make sure your hips, you're not off to the side yet. Make sure your hips are square. Breathing here. How is your breath? All right, and now finally moving into our twisted lizard, you can take your hand and press the top of your thigh away from you and out straight towards your knee and then out to the outside. So you're giving yourself more room to open up that hip. Bring that foot to the outside. So you're turning that foot out, resting on the outside of your foot. You can stay up here, which is fine. Or maybe you want to come and rest, pressing that shoulder into your, into the socket. So we don't want to collapse here. We want to have a nice strong arm, pressing, turning, twisting. See if you can go twist even a little further, and then go ahead and push those blocks away from you. This time we're going to lift that foot behind us and bring that foot to meet the other foot, and root to rise, come up to standing. Beautiful. All right, so finally we're going to move into some balancing poses here. And so first we're going to stand in nice and tall and strong in Tadasana. Find the power in this pose, the power to stand tall and strong and confident like a beautiful mountain top. Shoulders are down, our arms, our fingertips are drawn down towards the floor, our head and neck are lifted. Our chin is drawn in, our chest is lifted. Okay, we're going to lift up, inhale, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift, palms together, hands home to your heart. Inhale, lift, forward fold. Inhale, palms home to your heart. This time we're going to lift, we're going to forward fold, hands on shins, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift. This time raise your left knee. Drop your knee. And inhale, lift your right knee. And exhale. Lift your left knee. and exhale. Lift your right knee and exhale. This time, lift and hold. Hold here. And then go ahead and experiment and explore turning that right knee out. Maybe we lower our arms. Maybe we create some resistance with our left hand. And come back to center. And then we're going to straighten that leg behind us. Now we can touch our toe down if we want for a little to get steady. And then fold forward into a warrior one. Hold here, reaching arms out, leg behind, hips are square, and come back. And if you fall out, that's perfectly fine. Take a moment here to feel that energy moving through you. So we move energy when we're dynamically moving, but we also move energy when we are in balancing poses. It energizes us. Take a moment. Okay, other side. So we're gonna lift our left knee this time, and let's hold here. And then turn our left knee out. Make sure we're not jacked up. We want our hips to be square. You can experiment, maybe press your hand against creating some resistance. Bring that knee forward and begin to fold at the hips. Now we want to move as one piece. So we're folding forward, squeezing that left buttocks, reaching. The left knee has a little bit of a bend in it. Hips are square, warrior three. And come on back. Shake it out. Take a breath. Go ahead and separate your feet to a wide angle. Arms out like a star pose. Take a breath here. Now we're folding. We're going to fold forward. Now again, this is all, your core is controlling your movement. So we can flop forward, but it's really, we don't. We want to use, and our core is our front, our back, and actually all the way down to our inner thighs. So squeeze those legs, squeeze your buttocks, take an inhale and forward fold from your hips. And you can take a few breaths. This is also working those inner thigh muscles. As we inhale, squeeze those legs together and then forward fold. Let's do that again together. Inhale, squeeze those legs, strengthen, and then lengthen. Fold forward on that exhale. See if you can go a little deeper. Inhale and then exhale. Beautiful. So now we're going to bend our knee, point your toes out, and we're going to come into a squat and move dynamically again. So we'll inhale and then exhale and come into a squat. Bend those knees. You can even walk those feet in a little bit more. Our feet are about 45-degree angle. Inhale, fingertips could be on the floor or maybe on a block. So we're exhaling and coming into a squat. Malasana. Very nice. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Go ahead and walk those feet together. We're going to come back up one more time to standing. And we're going to move into a tree pose. Take a breath here. Inhale. As we exhale, feel the energy moving down, all the way down to our feet, connecting our feet to the earth. Shift your weight to your right side. We're going to turn that left knee out and plant that heel directly on, well, right above our ankle, using our toes as a kickstand. Now be careful. What we want to do is keep that navel drawn in. So when we're lifting, when we're in balancing poses, we are using our core. So that this helps engage that core, lower that tailbone, lift that foot. Now you can explore, you can bring your foot wherever you'd like. It can be on your chin. You can continue to have it resting and just explore and experiment. Play with what is it like to balance here. Maybe you want to lift that foot up, pressing the straight leg in. They're both pressing into each other, lifting. You can bring your arms up and, you know, just like a tree, our legs are strong, our roots are strong, but yet we have flexibility in our body. And that's kind of how best way for us to be, right? To be strong and grounded and rooted, but yet we have flexibility to handle whatever changes and challenges come our way. Hands could be here. All right. And take a moment here and feel how that feels on one side, on your left side, compared to the other leg, the right leg that was bearing all the weight. All right, take a moment, anchor yourself. Shift your weight to the left side. Turn that right knee out. Go ahead and begin to plant that foot, your heel of your foot. Maybe you're just experimenting, your toes there, remember to keep that torso lifted, engage that core. When you're balancing, you can lift, you can raise your foot, and once again, you can bring your arms up overhead or out to the side. You can float, you can fly like a bird. We're rooted, but we're also flexible and adaptable and ready to
Namaste.